Why do people dress up in an apostolic church? That is good, and it's actually a very hot topic because it begs the question, should people dress up when they come to church? And I strongly believe yes. Yes, they should. And I get it. I get the idea that, well, just come as you are. Don't be so tight-laced. Relax, calm down. And so what people do is they put on their jeans and their flip-flops and their hair's tousled, and they just coming in and they're just going to flop down and love Jesus. I'm probably letting my bias show a little bit here. That's what it turns into. I think the idea is we're just going to relate to the common man, and being dressed up and having on a shirt and a tie or a nice dress or some kind of what would be considered church attire is seen as being out of touch. It's being seen as being unrelatable. That's kind of the word. It's not relative. You're not relating to people. You're becoming irrelevant. So people can't hear you because they're intimidated by how you dress or the fact that you've made it so straight-laced. And so people don't come. They want to go out to a game or a coffee shop or wherever they can go to relax and just chill out. And it doesn't mean they're not searching. It doesn't mean that they are doing things improperly. It's just kind of how this generation is, very, very kind of a casual approach. And the idea is to try to accommodate that, make people feel comfortable. And we certainly want people to feel comfortable. And people come to our church, they come as they are. And we do want that. Come as you are. You don't have to have some big wardrobe to come to church. We don't want people to feel that way. So I think there's a line there that, people come in from whatever background they are coming in from. And we do want to relate. We do want to help. However, in our culture, in the United States of America, there is an understanding that you dress for the occasion. And I have found that when you dress down, you just throw some jeans on, a T-shirt, and it's untucked, and you got your flip-flops on. It's kind of just like just flop into the lazy boy and kick your feet up, get you a bag of popcorn, and you got crumbs all over the front of your shirt, and somehow you're going to come in and maybe take a nap while you're here and just chill out because we're all just chilling out and relaxing here for Jesus. And I think that you can miss something very important there, and that is we eventually get to the point where we understand we bring our best to God. Just because I am in that state before I know Christ doesn't mean I stay in that state. And so if you're going to meet someone of great reputation, or if you're going to a special occasion, if you're going to take your wife or your husband out to dinner, an anniversary, if you're going to meet a dignitary, if you're going for a job interview, you don't go flopping down the hallway, flop down in the chair and hire me, and I'm just going to take a nap all day here at this job and pay me. The casual approach to that, what it eventually turns into is people adopting a casual approach to God himself. And that is a degenerative slide. And a lot of denominations have done that in a misguided attempt to reach people and to enlarge the scope of their reach. So we're going to lower what we're doing to try to identify with the people that are coming in. Whereas I would contend that we do meet the people where they come in, but when they come in, let them know that there is a higher elevation. Come up to the things of God. Come up to the standard of living for God, where we bring God our best. So if you wanted to see that in Old Testament form, there is a place where I was running from the prophet that said it. God said, I am sick of your blind lambs, your maimed sacrifices. So they were bringing the poorest of their flock. They would bring it into sacrifice unto the Lord, and the Bible says that God wasn't pleased with that. Because in that is they're not bringing their best. They are bringing in something that is casual, something that doesn't cost as much, something that is not as important to them. And God knew it. It wasn't the physical condition just of the lamb itself, but the attitude and the spirit with which people were bringing it. With that degeneration comes a degenerative mindset towards the things of God, a casualness. A lot of times you can tell it. You can tell it in a church service, at least in an apostolic church service. People become casual. Their prayers become lukewarm and tepid. They're like lukewarm dishwater. And what used to be fiery and zealous and full of joy, how their grandparents worship God or their parents worship God, they don't do that anymore. Now it's just kind of a kumbaya, sway back and forth, and nobody's moved, nobody's touched, because they're not bringing their best. They don't bring their best. They're kind of sleepwalking their way through living for God. So if you can do it for a dinner date, you should do it for Jesus. That's why we dress up for church. Bring the best you have and honor the Lord, and God will reward you for it. Not just the actual clothes themselves, but the spirit and the manner in which you come to God. So that's why we dress up for church.